He's got to learn. He's got to get that mean streak out of him that we saw when he first joined the Blackpool Combat.
I give you a lot of credit for that, Regal. That's excellent coaching by you to put your man in the ring. You don't want to put your man in the ring with a guy like MJF, which is diabolical.
Somebody like myself, and you at times when we were younger. Yeah, that's what you need sometimes to show you exactly what is in your back pocket.
Sometimes it looks like MJF is wrestling right out of the William Regal playbook, but at other times, like you said, he crosses lines.
And that's youth. He's wasted on the youth.
Yes.
There's things that I did when I was younger that I'm not proud of. But I can say that I never took a liberty with anybody who wasn't a competitor.
John Regal there by way of unit, but MJF the backbreaker. And now Rich around the front. Rich. He's gonna come here. He's gonna come here. Listen, how many days was it? You say it's not 129 days, but hold on to that point. Our opening contest continues. Picture MJF versus the Wheeler Unit. Hold on, Ted. I'm holding on. Friday on TNT. It's 2 hours of live AEW action. It all starts with Rampage, where Andrade El Idolo puts his career on the line. Then the ultimate fight for the gold. Battle of the Belts 4.
Patch, when you hurt one of our friends, we hurt you.
Don't miss back-to-back live AEW. Oh, yeah! AEW Rampage, Friday at 10. Followed immediately by Battle of the Belts 4, live on TNT.
Quaker Instant Oatmeal has upped its game with protein. 10 grams of protein, heart healthy whole grains. So delicious, you can see why these oats are the great of all time. Quaker Oats, the super trusted superfood.
I was taking my antidepressant daily, but I would still put up a brave face to hide feeling depressed. My depression made me feel like I was stuck on autopilot. Then I saw something that got
What's up, everybody?
I'm still feeling
Just trying to pull up the chat right now.
It could help when taken with an antidepressant. Rexulti was proven to reduce depression symptoms an extra 62% compared to the antidepressant alone. So you can still have good treatment and keep moving forward.
Rexulti can cause serious side effects. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and worsen depression in those under 25. Call your doctor about fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which could be life-threatening, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be prone to increased cholesterol, weight gain, high blood sugar, decreased white blood cells, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, seizures, trouble swallowing may occur. When depression sets you back, keep moving forward. Make an appointment to talk to your doctor about adding Rexulti to your antidepressants.
Alright. Let me know if there's a delay or anything like that. Let me know if there's a delay or anything like that. Alright. I think we're good. So I turned down the wrestling because of the commercials. Alright, so what I'm doing tonight is I'm just drawing a, I don't know, I love drawing monsters and weird looking things, so that's what I'm doing now. It's just a little sketch. Sometimes it helps kind of clear the mind. So I'll just gonna wait till a couple more people show up in the stream. I don't normally stream, this early at night, so. I really don't know how to change. It's warning me about bitrate, but I thought my bitrate was okay. But it looks fine. There's no lag or anything. So I started off pretty big, just getting shape down, and now I'm going in and just doing little details. Yeah, I like to sketch while I'm watching wrestling, because there's so many commercial breaks. So I'm really enjoying, you know, when I draw these weirder creatures. I don't know why, I just really enjoy just making weird stuff. It's definitely my style, but I don't know, I just have a lot of fun sketching that. Hold on one second. Alright. I think that's better now. Sorry about that. I wanted to make sure that it was working correctly. It's pretty cool that Streamlabs now, or OBS lets you kind of go back in and you don't have to start an entirely new stream. You can kind of pick up where you left off. I just wanted to fix that because I didn't want to go nuts seeing that warning constantly.
Do whatever you have to. Who is going to get first? Might have the advantage. Is it Yuta or MJF?
One turn to your side, will you? There we go, sunshine. There we go.
Both men rounding about the same time. Up to the knees. Yuta. And MJF up first. Yuta up with his.
So just let me know in the chat what you guys are up to tonight. Kind of figured the stream would be kind of quiet tonight because I don't normally stream, but I've been trying to make it more of a thing now, you know, streaming more often. Because I'm not really worried about monetization exactly. What I really want is to monetize the channel so that more of the videos get pushed, because when you are monetized, your videos actually get more recommended. So So it's not necessarily, I want to make some money on here. It's more just, I just want to get some more eyeballs on the channel.
There we go. You done clap the boots together. Good left. Good left. Stuff the move up there. Oh, viciousness by Yuta.
Time well spent with John Moxley.
Sir. And now Wheeler Yuta gaining his footing on the turnbuckle and now the tight rope area here, guys. Yuta. Oh! Rana, pull back. Massive work on Rana off the ropes by Wheeler Yuta. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Not done yet. Tope drives and jam into the barricade. Wheeler Yuta has momentum right now. Regal, you gotta be loving this internally, brother.
Absolutely. Come on, Sunshine, come on.
And Yuta does the smart thing immediately. Returns MJF into the ring. He's gonna nail. I think he's maybe. MJF again. The third or fourth time, I believe. The third time, but MJF.
You can't blame her. Very smart.
No. Come on. Oh,
So right now it's MJF versus Wheeler Yuta.
he went 3/4 across the ring. Yuta did. A tremendous leap by Wheeler Yuta.
I'm still not sold on Yuta. But hopefully MJF can put him over here.
The fans here appreciating the effort by both men as now Wheeler Yuta the hammer and anvil elbows. We're getting deep waters here in this match. And then MJF, he might be out right here. And look how the head of MJF is just rocking back and forth. Now Wheeler Yuta turns the corner looking for the seatbelt. No, MJF, thinking it's all salt of the earth. Got that throw off that salt of the earth. He's got it. It's in deep Wheeler Yuta. Max, don't go back too far here. Keep the tension on that elbow.
There we go. Really, if you pull that arm elbow through towards MJF's hips.
Swivel with his hips, meaning you can towards that bottom rope, which is helping to alleviate that pain in that elbow joint. Yuta trying to get the tip of his boot on the bottom rope to force the break. Oh, no! That's it. What a battle, Taz. That was a very different modification to the salt of the earth. MJF, when he flipped over, he puts even more torture.
It looks like MJF won.
Everything, the AC joint, rotated cuff, bicep tendon, it's all getting tweaked and stretched on that quick roll. How MJF pulled that arm up of Yuta. That was a battle. It could have went either way, but congratulations right there to MJF. What a return. And what a way to kick off this third anniversary. Oh, wait. Tense moment here. Out of respect, show respect by Yuta. Is this though? Probably not. But maybe. I mean, isn't the MJF and Wheeler Yuta have more than 7 years of history with one another? Oh man, MJF's gonna shake his hand. He's gonna give that man respect after a battle. Good for you, Max. Good for you. Oh! What is it? Lee Moriarty! I didn't tell you to do that. I didn't tell you to do that. What the hell is happening? I didn't tell you to do that. MJF upset with Lee Moriarty in the firm. And Stokely Hathaway handing the dynamite diamond ring to MJF. Well, there in the firm, Eric Cahoots, that's part of the extension of MJF. But MJF, he seems conflicted about this. He's better go deal with whatever he's got to deal with here. He was about to get lit up.
Hey, Entertain, what's going on? I'm just watching AEW right now. MJF just beat Wheeler Yuta. Hopefully it's not a face turn. I like MJF as a heel. He's my favorite thing about AEW right now.
Regal's been bowling brass knucks in his hand. But he best beware. MJF, even though he just went through a battle, he's in his prime here. Well, and also MJF has the firm on retainer as well. Who knows where the rest of the members are lurking.
Yeah, he really is. Like, you know, I feel like Jericho's like past his prime, and Daniel Bryan just was not handled very well. And if they use Cesaro or Claudio right, it'll be good. But right now, it's like the only guy that's homegrown and is over, other than the Acclaim, is MJF.
They don't appreciate me, but these men do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is anarchy in the arena. Bryan Danielson, I took him out at Anarchy in the Arena. I did that. We don't know when he's coming back.
Some say he's the best pure wrestler in the world.
Whose side are you on, Danny? If anybody's a mentor, Garcia, I would think Danielson would be the better choice.
Jericho looks pissed right now. Daniel Garcia, without the assistance of Chris Jericho, defeats Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, so I'm just creating this like weird looking. It would be Punk, but I doubt he returns. Yeah, I'm actually wearing a CM Punk hoodie right now, so I love Punk. But yeah, I wasn't really sold on the Young Bucks, so I'm in the minority where I'm kind of happy he got them taken away. Omega, on the other hand, I have like a love-hate relationship with the guy because he's so talented and so good, but he just does the same shit over and over. And then being an executive just puts a bad taste in my mouth, like always putting himself over.
Together, Garcia, we love you. You're our families. But it seems like you lost your way. You know, Danny, you're like a petulant child that sticks your finger in the light socket anybody can hold on to. It's okay. It's not rebelliousness that brought you to Jay's. You don't get every trick, every tip you know. We taught you. We taught you how to be a great sports entertainer. You're talking about systematic change, right? Well, you say tomato, I say tomato, Shivani. Lessons will be taught. Lessons will be learned. Garcia, I just hope you make the right decision, buddy.
And if you don't, we're gonna end you.
Oh, 1 second. I'm just gonna try to
Speaking of ending,
share
Bryan
this real
Danielson,
quick.
Tonight's gonna be a taste of what you're gonna get next week in Toronto. I'm gonna desecrate the legacy of Ring of Honor. I'm going to leave Toronto as the Ring of Jericho champion and still be the Ocho. Let's go back to the ring.
Jay Lethal's another guy that's huge, and they don't do anything with him either.
Before we turn our attention to this match, our center best wishes to Bobby Roode, still recovering at home from that brutal Judas effect last week from Chris Jericho, who is just dead set on destroying Ring of Honor.
I should turn down the volume because I don't want to get a copyright strike or a copyright claim.
From Seattle, Washington, weighing 175 pounds, Darby!
YouTube's algorithm still doesn't understand if something's playing in the background or someone's, purposely playing something.
Darby Allin and Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal telling Sanjay Dutt and Seth to say, stay in the back. I got this myself. Yeah, that's confidence. And it's tough. You deal with someone like Darby Allin, who's just very unpredictable. He's reckless.
Do you think there's going to be any surprises tonight on the show, with it being the anniversary episode?
Darby Allin is definitely a different type of animal. I don't think you know how to prepare against Darby Allin. It's hard, man. It's hard, yeah. I mean, back in the day with Team Taz, we had to deal with him and Sting. It wasn't easy, right? Trust me. But just when you think you got him down like a caliber, he comes popping right back up. Those words, relentless, tattooed on his neck. That embodies everything about Well,
Darby Allin.
I'd like to say too, sorry to interrupt you, but like a lot of nice standing switches by both these men. The thing that is not talked enough about Darby Allin, in my professional view, is his pure freaking toughness, man. This guy is a tough. Toughness is not what you can do to someone.
I don't want him to go down the same route as WCW, but like sometimes I get worried that that's where they're heading, you know.
That toughness really comes from his pro.
It's so cliche,
I think it's eternal,
but
Shivani. I just think that's who he is. Right. You could be right.
here, I'm gonna put my webcam on.
Headlock is Jay Lethal, though. He's back up to his feet.
Where are you? Video capture.
I'm telling you, the toughest guys are the
Alright, just the camera.
They really are. Hammerlock there by Jay
There we go.
Lethal.
Oops, made it too big.
Well, my son used to always say that amateur wrestling is what men do during boys basketball sessions. No doubt. I'm joking. Amateur wrestling is always awesome and tough, but right now,
Darby, you saw he grabbed onto that middle rope, and that prevented him from taking a nasty spill on the outside.
Hopefully that's a little brother. I think something big will happen. I didn't see much build up for tonight. Yeah, I mean, and that's the way it should be. There shouldn't be a build up. It should just come naturally, just come out of nowhere. I think that'd be a lot better.
Jay Lethal feeling the speed of Darby Allin, not rushing into it either. Just put the brakes on. Let's check this out. Chill out for a second and reassess. Darby now extending the hand. Saying, hey man, respect. Careful, Jay. Well, remember, Jay Lethal, of course, former Ring of Honor World Champion. Jay Lethal knows about the Code of Honor. He sure does, but this is not a Ring of Honor bout, honestly. But
Oh, wait, great counter by Jay Lethal.
you know, if that Tomonagi or someone called it out,
Oh, look at that. Darby puts on the brakes, but that little bit of a stutter step by
Hopefully there's not a
cost him because it's
an echo because I have the webcam on too.
walking that knee, Shivani, with a knee. Jay is so fluid in what he can do in the ring, but there's also a very, very mean, angry side to him. Yeah, I know Jay a long time.
Yeah, I'm sketching this, but I wanted to show the Buddy Murphy that I did.
Jay Lethal, of course, so adept with that figure.
Buddy Matthews. I did a gradient map. So this is what it looked like before.
Punishes opponent with a figure four. Darby just crumbles. Yeah, cannot put weight on that knee. And if they're setting up a guy like Darby for a figure four, which is smart, but you got to be
Oh, wait, great counter by Darby.
Here's what we were talking about. Jay Lethal thought he had it down, and he just slowly walked to him, and look what Darby does.
If you follow social media, almost everything is spoiled for AEW. Certain interviews gave away title changes and signings. Yeah, and that's why I stopped really following social media. At least wrestling. I muted all the dirt sheets, and I muted or I blocked Dave Meltzer. I blocked Sean Ross Sapp. I stopped subscribing to Cultaholic because they were getting really clickbaity anyways. And I only really follow other wrestlers, and it's just from just talking to them in real life. So like, I'll message them and stuff like that. But I'm not. I try not to follow anything online because I don't want. I like to be surprised when I watch this, and I don't want to be like, oh, I knew that was gonna happen.
The world of beauty was once for just a few people. We're leaving that behind.
So don't tell me. Thank you. Don't tell me who the title changes are. I want to be surprised.
Beauty isn't just what we put on. It's what we put out into the world. So until
They should put out wrong information so that it surprises people when it doesn't happen.
Ulta Beauty, the possibilities are beautiful.
How did they make Star Wars taste so juicy?
I don't know. But you just asked the whole universe.
Humans are asking for truth. We are the truth.
Hopefully you can't hear the TV too much.
I'll remember that chapter of my life forever. We laughed. We cried. We protected that progressive
Oh, this is blocking like way too much. After Spoiled the Women's Royal Rumble, I'll stop reading a lot of it too. Yeah, I mean he likes to play it off like he's not the problem, but people of his ilk are definitely the problem. They make being a wrestling fan suck. and the whole tribalism between people who like WWE and AEW, I am just so fed up with it. I just like good wrestling, good storytelling. I don't care where it comes from. I'm a storyteller. I'm not a wrestler. I'm not a booker. But I am a storyteller, and I know when there's a good story. And lately, wrestling doesn't have good stories. It's all recycled doo-doo. I think that's why I like MJF so much, because there's so much potential where to go with him. New territory. I just hope they don't screw it up, because he's still young, you know, he's still, if he stays healthy, he's got like another 2 decades. I'm excited to see Cage back tonight. I didn't even know he's coming back tonight. That's good. That's a good surprise. I'm gonna turn the ceiling fan light off, just so there's no glare. My crutches are all the way over there.
Some of the action we saw, Jay Lethal doing a great job of cutting down Darby Allin's mobility. Yeah, all over the left leg of Darby, and Darby's in a plethora of pain, and Jay Lethal's picking his spots systematically. Darby, the boots are up in the corner. Jay Lethal. That has been the game plan of Jay Lethal.
That didn't feel good. Alright, I think that's better. Less light. I don't understand this term at all. I'm a fan of wrestlers. It does suck when they get changed or throttled. But things like longevity matter. Yeah, absolutely. See, you get it. I'll never understand. Growing up, I watched WCW, ECW, and WWE. I didn't care what show was. I didn't care who was better. I just wanted to watch. You know, when people just... It's the same thing with, like, gamers. People are like, Team PlayStation, Team Xbox. I'm like... Just because it's the only system you could afford doesn't mean that you gotta, like, be all about it. When I only could afford a PlayStation, there was plenty I did not like about the PlayStation. I'm not gonna go to war for PlayStation, you know?
Look, yeah, you see Darby, he's swiping at Jay Lethal, but Lethal doing a good job of staying out of the reach of Darby and wrenching back on the toes.
I've become a little bit of a snob for graphics lately, so it's hard for me to play a version on Switch if I know I have a better version on Steam or on my Xbox. But when it comes to Nintendo first-party games, I'm all about that too. Except Mario. Fuck Mario. I really hate Mario. My distaste for Mario is has no there's no logic. I just don't like Mario. Love Toad. Luigi is alright. I fucking hate Mario. I think it's because it got so much attention and everybody else got a backseat for so long. I really don't like Mario. Because of Mario, we didn't get more F-Zeros. Because of Mario, we didn't get another Pilot Wings. Because of Mario, you know, that's why I say fuck Mario. Pilot Wings 64 is my jam. I fucking love that game. The music was so good. You didn't miss much. Mario 64 sucked. The only good stage in Mario 64 was the water stage because of the music. Other than that, Mario 64 blew. Hell yeah. WCW versus the World. Revenge. WWF No Mercy. And WrestleMania 2000. 4 of the best wrestling. And that's why I was excited about the the new AEW game because I looked at the gameplay footage and it looks like it plays just like No Mercy. I'm stoked about that because that's one of the things I think wrestling games need is that nice mixture of technical wrestling and arcade feel. And WWF No Mercy, Revenge, and WCW versus the World, they really hit it out of the park when it came to that mixture of sim and arcade feel. I don't know if that makes sense, but games like that don't they age perfectly. So I'm all about that Fight Forever game. I can't wait to play it. I haven't pre-ordered it though because I don't like pre-ordering stuff. Usually games need like a month or two to get all the kinks worked out. I bought WWE 2K22 just because my daughters really wanted to play. They love the creative player mode. Hey, Aukis! Thank you. Thanks for coming on. I wasn't really planning anything. They're talking about Brian Cage right now. Those games felt like they were made by fans. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly how many Saturday nights I would spend with my friends staying over the night and we just jam out on fucking No Mercy for hours. Obviously, then fucking the Dreamcast came out, and I got so into Marvel vs. Capcom, so it kind of ruined the N64 wrestling games for me because I was so focused on playing Dreamcast. I should have gone with a bigger canvas because this canvas is a little smaller, so like you see those pixels. This would have looked a lot better. Actually, I think I can copy. I'll go with a bigger canvas now. There we go. Yeah, that's so much better. I don't like pre-ordering unless I get a freebie. There's no advantage, there's no scarcity, so you probably don't have to commit. Yeah, for sure. I don't like pre-ordering stuff either because of that reason. With WWE 2K22, I think you got all the Rey Mysterio skins if you pre-ordered, and my daughter's a huge Rey Mysterio fan, so that's why we had to get that. But I think the only other thing I pre-ordered was Pokemon, but at work, when I was working at GameStop, you get a Pokemon like a badge set. Yeah, I love Pokemon, so. But I definitely would not have pre-ordered. Nintendo games are harder because they don't order as many Nintendo games. Oh, did you ever play Power Stone? Yeah, I love Power Stone. Shit, it's so hard to collect now for a Dreamcast because all the games, like, they're like 3 or 4 times more than they were a decade ago. And I have a Dreamcast, and it's region free too. So I was thinking about, like, the games that I really want is to order them from Japan. Somebody told me I could burn them too, but you know, I only like to emulate stuff that I own, because I know how it feels to, like, And I feel like burning games is the same as emulation, so.
It's good ball there, Challenger, but I like the fact that Brian Cage tried to get the quick start, tried to get aggressive, because if you get the big man off his feet,
So we got Wardlow fighting Brian Cage.
the fans don't like him as much. I had the momentum of the fans.
Now Wardlow, the hammer throw sends Brian Cage back. Oh, Ross the ringer.
Big bulls right there. The big bulls here for the TNT title.
Cage takes a couple steps back.
I don't know. I like putting down little bits of detail in there. The only thing I ever pre-ordered was Final Fantasy 14 online, and I had uninstalled it within 3 hours. They had to redo the whole game because it was horrible. I think I heard that somewhere. I'm not a big JRPG guy, so I never really got into. I tried to play Final Fantasy, I think it was 10. Is that the one where they play like a water ball type game at the beginning? And as soon as it got to the combat, I'm like, yeah, this is not for me. I don't like this turn-based crap. And then I try to get into what's the name of that game? Persona. So I bought Persona 4 Golden from my Vita when I still had a Vita, and I was just like, it's not for me. Then I made the same mistake. I bought Persona Strikers for the Switch, and I was like, if I didn't like the Golden, why did I buy this? Ended up trading it in the next day. So yeah, pre-ordering sucks. But Fight Forever, I did want to pre-order because I don't think they're going to get that many copies. And I do want to buy the physical copy. So if Wardlow loses the TNT title, they're probably going to push him towards the main event. But he's still so green. I don't... Blitz, yes, Blitz. Yeah, that was cool. That cutscene at the beginning. But then as soon as I started playing the combat, I'm like, Final Fantasy VI is one of my favorite games of all time. Never played much of the other ones. See, so my memory of the top-down Final Fantasy is watching my cousin play as a kid, and the music was always awesome. Like, I love the music. But I could never get in the turn-based combat. And I thought when it went next gen, 3D, I thought, oh yeah, they're gonna update the combat, but it was still turn-based. I'll be shocked if he loses anytime soon. Well, you never know.
Your money, use it when you need it.
Yeah, well, I never really got into Final Fantasy VII, which I know is that's like the holy grail of Final Fantasy fans. But like I said, my memory was the Super Nintendo. I think it was in Japan it was Final Fantasy 4, so here it was Final Fantasy 2. And my cousin playing it, and the music was so good. But I don't know. I might give it another shot, but it's kind of hard now with, them being like 100 freaking Final Fantasies now. That's why I like Game Pass, because if I like something, I'll play it. If I don't, I won't. I'll uninstall it. I don't have to worry about I had to pay for this.
Welcome to your worst Christmas ever.
But him versus MJF would be a good program. Oh yeah, for sure, because there's history there. There's a story. They could build upon that story. Final Fantasy 14 online is a bit like WoW, but way better with amazing graphics. It's an MMO. Oh, okay.
Rated R. Friday on TNT. Don't miss 2 hours of live AEW action with Rampage and 10.
Hold on one second, guys. Okay, that sounds good. I am streaming right now, but as soon as I finish streaming, I'll get started on the sketch.
Third anniversary edition of AEW Dynamite here at the
Love you. Have a great night.
Entertainment Arena in our nation's capital. Brian Cage.
There's a lot of free trials now, but time is much more valuable than your money. Yeah, it's really hard to get into MMOs. So I got a MacBook not too long ago, and that's actually what I'm using to use OBS right now. And the only game that really plays on it really well is World of Warcraft. And I was like, do I really want to get into that right now? I want something where I could just pick up and play and then put it down when I'm bored. But MMOs are scary because you have to devote so much time to them.
And then we saw the code of honor observed in our first two matches. Is Brian Cage gonna observe it tonight? That remains to be seen, but right now Wardlow definitely.
Ooh, I should go a little bit darker here just to give it some more contrast. A little bit more. There we go.
Stuff right here by the machine. Cage is a machine. Let's got her. Wardlow kicks out. Excalibur, you've seen him do that for a long time. Even before
What the hell? That was weird. That was a weird glitch. There's a lot of the Canadian Devil invented FTP games. Ubisoft? No, I think free to play was didn't that start with shit. Wasn't Blizzard the really one that started the free to play thing? I'm already sucked into a free to play mobile game called Clash of Clans. I've been playing it for like 10 years now. Maybe I might be able to show you my base. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. I'm sure they came from Korea actually first. Blame Canada. I love Canada. Oh shit, I forgot we're at war. Did I? Oh no. I forgot to attack yesterday. Yeah, this is this is 10 years worth of playing Clash of Clans. This is a lot of time playing Clash of Clans. So I know what you mean about time wasting. So I'm gonna liquefy this just to make it look a little bit bigger. Liquefy tool is like my favorite because you can really turn something into something else. Like I could grab this and really push these out. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So that's why I love the liquefy tool. When am I coming to visit? Poutine galore. You know what? I'm not a fan of poutine. But I was in Canada, I think it was July. We went to the Great Wolf Lodge in Niagara Falls, but we've been wanting to go back to Toronto now that all the COVID stuff's like really calmed down. So I miss Toronto. I think you said you were near Quebec, right? Or Montreal? I don't know. I don't like I don't like poutine, or I don't like cheese curd, much less on fries. I rather have like nacho cheese on fries and bacon bits. Here they call them loaded fries. I don't know. That's more of a guilty pleasure than freaking pizza for me. I think somebody's gonna come out right now. Samoa Joe and Wardlow are getting double teamed right now. It's gonna be a Ring of Honor person because they've been really pushing the Ring of Honor thing lately. FTR, nice. Yeah, it'd be so easy to turn my channel into a react channel, react to wrestling, but I despise reaction channels. I feel like it's the easy way out to build a channel. You can give everybody your bad take and then get a million freaking views, you know? I'm beside the capital, Ottawa. Okay, you can't put all poutine in the same bucket. It's like saying you don't like burgers because you went to McDonald's. I've tried enough poutine because my wife loves poutine. I've tried enough of them. I have not tried one that I liked. And I don't know what is it about fries in Canada, but I don't know if it's just the way the potatoes are grown up there, because I know Canada doesn't like to import. They like to use homegrown potatoes. There's really no flavor to it. Here, for fries, like when you make homemade fries here, I like to use russet potatoes because they have the most flavor when you fry them. So I've been messing around a lot with gradient maps, and what a gradient map does is, here, I'll show you. So you can pick any one of these. So I'll just do noir, for example, and you can actually pick the different scales of color. So this is the variation between that color and this color. So you can pick an in-between color. And then right here, go for a darker blue. Oh. And then here, go white.
Unusual urges, dizziness on standing, seizures, trouble swallowing may occur. When depression sets you back, keep moving forward. Make an appointment to talk to your doctor about adding Rexulti to your antidepressant.
And it kind of gives it a really cool effect, and I've just been messing around with that. But that is gradient map. I'll keep that there. It looks kind of cool. You don't want to do a gradient map before you finish all your gradients, though. I still have a lot of almost black and a lot of almost white. It'll look a lot better once you get actual white in here. Oh, I like the blue-pink effect. Me too. I love picking alternating colors. I like to go to amateur MMA and boxing match, but there is no more since COVID. Oh, really? The fading is pretty cool. Thank you. TriStar Gym? No, I've never tried that. I'm more of a traditional martial arts fan, so I like more karate and taekwondo, Wing Chun. I don't like the attitudes that cage fighters have and MMA artists, MMA fighters have, because to them it's not about honor, it's about freaking making money and being hotheads. They give martial arts a bad name in my eyes. There are a couple that are like decent people, like Forrest. I'm blanking on his name. But I've just never been a fan of the attitude of MMA artists.
Face the AEW Women's Division, but most importantly as a role model. I feel morally obligated to answer the question that everybody's been asking. And the answer is no. Soraya will not be wrestling in AEW. The doctors have not medically cleared her to compete. So let's ship her off in some bubble wrap and send her off.
Yeah, I mean that's what bothers me about the people that are like, you know, MMA artists can MMA fighter can beat up martial artists, but we don't do martial arts to beat people up. We do martial arts for self-improvement. You know, having better mental health, body health. We don't do it to knock somebody out, and that's the true essence of martial arts. It came about as self-defense, which, you know, you have the self-defense portion of it, but I don't know, there's an honor and tradition behind martial arts, and I feel like MMA kind of shits on all that. Don't get me wrong, I like a good MMA fight, but as soon as the guys start popping off at the mouth, I think that's why I don't like Conor McGregor. He just gives all martial artists a bad name, because we all get clumped in, you know. You're just there for the dudes in shorts. Yeah, wrestlers and sports entertainers. Yeah, exactly. People who do it for the love of wrestling, and then you got the guys that are just doing it to get a big payday and sell T-shirts and. Yeah, I don't know how much they pay for that zombie fight song. The colors look so different. When I'm looking at the OBS and I'm looking here, everything looks so washed out on the computer. We do have TriStar Gym in my town, Entertain, but here, Pantanod is the best fighters in the area. I just feel like any martial art with a master no longer learns and adapts, but I don't like to compete and be a meathead. I guess so, but at the same time, when you learn from a master, the good masters will tell you this, you know, this is more for you to organically evolve the teachings. That's why now the karate that people are learning here in the States are really different from the karate that they created back in Okinawa, because the next person who learned and was teaching and now is doing the teaching input a little bit of their flair, and then the next person does that. So I kind of agree, but at the same time it's a little bit different. What do you guys think of Krav Maga? Krav Maga is okay. you know, Krav Maga's kind of like wrestling in a way, and it's got a lot of like Filipino martial arts flair to it, which is okay, but that came more about because the Israeli it's the Israeli form, right? I thought it was Israeli. It could be Russian. I can't remember now. My brain's on fart mode. Those martial arts that came about through militaries, they're more pragmatic, so they're more about, you know, taking down an enemy than it is about certain disciplines. Like the reason why in karate, so it's purely self-defense. Usually they teach that in the military, but so a good example is in karate, we have things called katas. And a kata is basically you playing out a certain situation over and over. And every kata has a bunkai. A bunkai is the story behind the kata. So in one bunkai, it could have been that, you know, pirates were coming up the shore to raid a village, and so you're learning to use the bow, and the bow is to pick up the pail. But when you're doing the kata, you're doing that motion without the bow, and so that's why the kata is important. What makes the kata great is that you're learning these moves without really knowing it. So you're making the motion, and then when you go to learn how to use that weapon, you've already known how to manipulate the weapon. So that's what's awesome about katas. Whereas in self-defense, it's like if someone grabs you by the neck, this is how you get out of that hold. Filipino martial arts, like Kali, which I've trained in, is a lot like that. But you can see how it came from, you know, Kempo and Chinese martial arts, because in those they still had forms which are kind of like katas. So you still have to learn how to step. You do triangle stepping and different types of stepping moves, because your footwork and your movement are just as important as your strength and your fists and your punching speed. So the way you move is really important because you avoid certain hits. If you have no leg strength or no positioning, then it's easier to shove you and get you down on the ground. I've tried learning katas and my ADD brain was not having it. I'll have to look into Sambo. Yeah, I mean, that's what's fun about really trying different martial arts, is like you see the similarities and then you see the differences. But kata is weird because so there's certain katas where I started learning them and immediately figured it out. But then there are some katas where it's like my brain is telling my body to do something and then my body does something entirely different. And that's I think that's where your ADD is coming in, because you want to get to the point where you're doing the kata without even thinking about it. My daughter was really good at that. So I kind of wish they would have kept up with it, because she probably would have been in the Olympics by now. But when you there's a certain kata called Seiyuchin, and it's a lot of breathing, really slow movements. And I got to the point where I was doing it like in my sleep, because it was just those movements. They were a workout in itself. It was awesome because you have to stay in a really lowered stance for, I want to say, like 65% of the. Actually, why am I even talking about it? I could just show you the power of the internet. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see.
Even hours later. That's because Febreze Touch stores scent in your fabric, so you get bursts of freshness with every touch. Your whole world will come alive. Welcome home to fresh with Febreze Touch.
Now, there's different forms of it, different styles. Famous Sambo-based fighters are Khabib and Fedor. It's essentially Russian wrestling. Yeah, Russia. So I couldn't remember if it was Israeli or Russian, but trying to find the one with my actual grandmaster because there's so many different forms of Seiyuchin. Let me see.
Yeah, she's great at opening to that point next gal, but she gotta keep fighting off Dean and tagging Willow off Dean if she can.
Man, all these are so, the quality is so poor.
Screw on that leg that Serena Deeb had targeted earlier. Now, Athena saw that coming, ducked out of the way.
Now he's a little short, shorter than my sensei. So he doesn't get down nearly as low. But when you do the Seiyuchin, it's supposed to be. Let me see if this one's good. All right, here we go. This is a good one. He's wearing the Ishinru patch, so this one should work.
Really seen that much of Willow in this match. Most of the tag and most of the teamwork been done in the near corner here. No, that could be a case, Taz, of Jamie Hayter kind of dictating the game plan after what we saw last Friday night at Rampage. I think you might be right about that. Just keep Willow out of it.
All right.
Right now, they are singling out Tony Storm, but Tony right
Yeah, I mean, when I was working out a lot, like doing a lot of karate, it's all I thought about. Seriously, in my sleep, like I would dream about it, and then when I wake up, I kind of remember it. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if the preview shows it. Oh man, it's cut off. Hold on.
That's Deeb's experience. She realized that was about to go bad. She tagged herself in too as she got to the apron. It was very quick by Deeb, but the referee caught a good job by Knox.
Oh, good old OBS. Being a pain in the ass as usual. Alright. Should be better. Come on. Preview. Preview. Let's go. I guess that'll work. Alright. So you start off. You stay in this position for 65% of the kata. So this one's a little bit different though. So he's got his hands open like this. So the reason why it's a deep down stance is because the bunkai for this kata was fighting on a beach and the waves are hitting you. So in order for the waves to keep you stable, you have to keep your center of gravity lower. But you see, you stay in this stance. My thighs were so sore because I would do this like 3 or 4 times in a session. And when you test for your orange belt, you have to do this at least 5 or 6 times because they want to make sure that you remember it. Yeah, but I love that kata. I'm a kata mark. My orange belt test was tough because my teacher was making me do it over and over because there was little things that they saw. And when you ki, like when you're saying something, so when you go like, "Aya," that's a ki. And in Ishinru, I would read really loud because it's about distraction, you know. And when you yell out like that, there's actually a purpose to it. It actually makes your punches and your moves faster and stronger because you're breathing. So you're going like, "Hiya!" So it's like you're putting that power behind it. I didn't train with weapons in Ishinru. I trained with weapons in Kali. So this is the style of Kali that I did. I'll actually show you my teacher. He's a really good dude. So you can see the weapons that we used.
Soraya just exploding on the scene here. All dynamite. I think regardless of what Britt Baker had said, I think Soraya is in pretty darn good ring shape, it looks to me. I agree with that, Shivali. Yeah, Britt Baker maybe with some bad information, and Soraya making a statement at the expense of Dr. Britt Baker. But still to come here tonight.
Alright, so let me pull this up. Alright. So this is
Alright.
Gorilla
Really the warm-up
Tour.
with footwork today was to prep you, for both the spotted dog and 64 attacks. And here we are lingering on 64 attacks. This is kind of what we want, so we can see why we move the way we move and what's the function behind it. So we're going to take, again, a little bit deeper into this extrapolation from break and break out. I didn't work on the suffering.
So we use these rattan sticks. Sometimes you can get them made from bamboo. The reason why we like to use rattan is really forgiving, and if it starts to shred apart, you actually just tape it back up. But getting hit with one of these hurts like hell. I actually still have a mark right here. There's actually a divot from getting hit. I was blocking like this, and then Jack hit me here, and it never went away. It's still there. But I never trained with weapons, but I have black belts in karate and taekwondo. Nice. Which type of karate? He's gonna show real quick. I'm pretty sure that he's gonna show the strike
Actually, in the prefix, we're going to do high, low, high.
Let me see. Yeah. So
here I'm in trouble. He wants to do that.
the reason why we train with sticks is because I guess in the Philippines at this time the guns were outlawed, so people used machetes. So to simulate a machete fight, we use these sticks, and obviously machetes are heavier, but if you learn how to move with these sticks and swing and protect, then when you go to use an actual blade, we also practice with rubber knives that are blunt, so they were kind of mimic an actual knife.
The punch. I sized it to keep myself out of harm's way. He pulls his arm in and I could get punched here. This size, whenever I've talked about this coming back, almost like a reverse punch chamber, because I can't rotate any further back comfortably, don't basically goes forward.
The fun fact too is Jack was actually my art teacher, and in high school he saw how much I liked martial arts, and at the time I had a little bit of a background with it, but I wasn't as skilled. I only wrestled in middle school. So he saw, and he kind of took me under his wing, and he had like gym class. You can option to do gym class with him, and in his gym class he would teach me, and then once I finished high school I started training with him, and obviously outside of school is when I learned how to use weapons, because you can take weapons to school, but yeah, I thought I'd throw that in there.
And I'm going to use that to punch towards him. He doesn't want to get punched in the face, but in case if I want to win at this juncture, I'm using this hip rotation to get a punch to the face. Dave doesn't like the way this feels, so his method, he's going to try to absorb the pound here, not because he wants to absorb the pound that way, but enough so he can get a transition. He can do this any number of ways, depending on timing. He may present his hand first. He catches it,
it's easy,
does this lift,
yeah, for sure,
and catches the elbow. That's what the hands are doing. Let's back up a little bit.
I miss it so much. Yeah, so
he
he's
just vectored me
showing you
off by
how
simply becoming a revolving door around my punch. See how that works? It's not because you want to do fancy motion.
I wish I could find one where
Sure, no problem.
he's actually moving around so you can see the movement. Hold on, let me see.
Although the focus is on the footwork, I want to focus on Dave's cadence on his hands. Right now he's on the inside of my guard. He's between my two arms.
Oh, that's Bill's YouTube channel. I didn't even know. Bill is Jack's teacher. So, oh. So this is kind of like what a kata is in Filipino martial arts. So turn that back on. So this is what a kata would look like. So think that this stick is actually a machete in the Philippines. So you're constantly moving hands. Yeah, I miss it so much. I can't wait till my hip feels better, because I definitely want to get back into training mode. And Jack already said that, you know, whenever I'm ready, I can go hang out with him at the school. I love martial arts almost as much as I love art. I just realized I could have just shown you guys on the iPad. I'm drawing on a video monitor. At least Roosh, you can understand when he's talking. When Andrade talks, oh my god, it sounds like he's got peanut butter in his mouth.
Well, that is still to come here tonight on the 3rd anniversary edition of AEW Dynamite, an extended anniversary edition. But right now, here in our nation's capital, it's National Scissoring Day, Tony. Can't wait. Here we go. Scissoring dance. No.
Oh, the Acclaim. Here, I'll let you guys listen to the rap real quick.
We were never pre-approved like a home loan. We did it on our own because we homegrown. Even Joe Biden is loving it. He said scissoring timbers and didn't even stutter it. We put him away. Hands up because it's National Scissoring Day.
Yeah, it's his promos that are just bad. He's such a great wrestler. You're right. How is art school going? Here, I'll turn this down. I just love their intros. Art school's doing all right. I had to take the semester off because of my hip surgery. See, I'm down to one crutch now. I only have one crutch. I was using 2 crutches for a couple days. I'm trying not to. There we go. I love the Acclaim. I just love them.
Washington, D.C., welcome to the very first annual National Scissoring Day.
It's National Scissoring Day, guys.
And it's a very, very special night. Unlike anything of our great sports
Feeling better? Prompt recovery for you? Thank you. I'm feeling like 50%. There's some days where it's like really rough and the pain gets really hard. But I don't want to get hooked on the pain medication they gave me, so they want me to take 6 a day, so I'm only taking 3 a day. So I've been using it sparingly.
That's right. Look at how he's going to help him out there. He's doing pretty good.
But most importantly, the Acclaimed, your forever champs, we brought home gold, which means AEW no longer stands for All Elite Wrestling. No, AEW stands for Acclaimed every Wednesday.
Look at themselves.
I love that.
Now, it's cause.
Well,
It's cause for
I'm gonna cut the stream here just because the hip is starting to bug me, and sitting in this position is it's kind of hard on me. But thanks, Entertain and Aukus for coming on. I appreciate you guys. You guys are crazy awesome for hanging out this long. And maybe I might do this more often, especially being stuck at home now for a couple months. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching, and don't forget to keep it over 9,000. Take care. Love you guys.
Scissoring is a handshake. It's a sign of friendship.
That's right, Taz.
It's a sign of a true team. And we
You too, Entertain. Thank you. Bye, Aukus. Thank you for coming on.
Not two dudes who were thrown together like
Take care.
Lee and
I'll give Poutine another shot.